Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's time for Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Now let's have some fun. Here is your host, Johnny Radio.
Yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. I got Jay Morgan Harder in the house hanging out with me. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday. I'm out here at Town Village Audubon Park, chilling like a villain, hanging out with my peeps. We got giveaways. We got gifts. We're at the corner of Park and Cherry. If you want to come out, have a little bit of Q, hang out with my friends. I got Don over here talking about his shenanigans back in the day. Speaking of shenanigans, Jay Morgan, I don't know if you saw this. Lady Tigers, everybody's watching the Sweet 16 last night. I'm watching the Sweet 16 last night. I just found out about this morning. But I heard that we got a Mike Tyson playing for the Lady Tigers.
I actually saw this on SportsCenter this morning, too. I was surprised to see it on SportsCenter because why in the world would they be talking about the NIT of men or women's on SportsCenter this morning? But let alone they were, and there was a little bit of a scuffle in the handshake line. But, you know, she apparently had a reason. I guess she got hit during the game or something like that. And she's a fifth-year senior. She's like a good player, too. I wish I knew her name, to be honest. I don't know her name. But, yeah, crazy situation.
Yes, crazy is to say the least. Sad way for the Tigers to go out. The NIT Bowling Green beat them, and the Tigers punched the Bowling Green player right in the face. It was.
So we both know. We both know her. Oh, so you do know her name?
Shoots.
Yes.
I don't usually like to put young people on blast, but she did. You know. Yeah. You know, I mean, it was a handshake
true?
line. You're supposed. What? I don't like. Hey, look, I'll put Rick Barnes on blast. Let me just tell you something. Why don't you do something in the dadgum postseason? You're a great regular season coach, but dadgum, do you know this man? He's only made it to the second round. You know what? I'm going to tell you right now. This is the worst thing I could say about Rick Barnes. My man only made it to the second round with Kevin Durant.
Okay, but it's not Kevin Durant that, like, as you see him today.
They lost to FAU yesterday.
FAU only lost 3 games this year. They're obviously a very good basketball team.
And you know what? The Tigers are in the Elite Eight because the dudes in stripes, man, those umps, man, those refs, they screwed us. So Tigers are in the Elite Eight.
That's right.
I can't wait to watch them play Kansas State.
Well said, John. Well said. Well said.
Hey, what hurt worse yesterday? Was it FAU beating the Vols and making it to the Elite Eight? Was that like the worst thing that happened for Tiger fans yesterday, knowing what could have happened?
I don't know. I mean, maybe, I guess so. Is there a second option, or is that the only one?
Yeah, the second option is you win the damn basketball game and you're actually in there, and we don't have to like do hyperbole.
What are you talking about? No, John, no. They would have beaten the hell out of Tennessee. I'll say this: Tigers would have beaten Tennessee worse than FAU did. How about that? I don't even think there's a question.
Tigers would have beaten FAU.
No, Tigers would have beaten Tennessee worse than FAU did.
Duh.
Yeah, of course. It would have been worse.
We know these things.
That's
Jay.
right.
You're like you're preaching to the choir.
You're the choir in this case.
Come on now. I mean, good God. But you know, it was a bad day for the SEC. Arkansas looked like trash. UConn dominated. And what did I tell you? By the way, do you know how many games I missed yesterday?
How many, John?
You don't know?
No, that's why I asked.
You did an entire show with me.
John, I don't to steal one of your catchphrases. I don't know if you know this. I'm up here all day long doing all kinds of shows. It is virtually impossible for me to keep track of everyone's picks.
Well, Jay, just so you know, Dave is not your boss. Brett is not your boss.
Brian Dacus is
your boss.
Brian Dacus might be my boss. John.
So for 2 hours a day, I would tune in for just a little bit if you want that raise, homie.
Oh, okay, well, that's fair.
No, it was 4-0, man. I said Kansas State, but I'm going to start with Kansas State. I did not think I had a chance for a little bit there when Marcus Noel went down. I thought this game was over. Michigan State made a hell of a push. That was an amazing game last night. It's the first overtime game of the tournament. Now, I'm not saying that because I looked it up, but I've watched every game. No other game has gone to overtime, correct?
No, that's exactly right.
I mean, that's the first overtime game of the tournament. Michigan State did an amazing job to get that sucker to overtime. I thought the guard play was ridiculous. I mean, you got Tyrone Walker out there. You got my man. It was great basketball. It was fun. It was exciting. It was scary. You didn't know who was going to win the ball game until it was over. And Kansas State, Marcus Noel, though, he might be 5'8", but I think he's the most important, and he's playing bigger than anybody in this tournament. Now, Drew Timme, what he did last night was out of control. But did you know that Marcus Noel had 19 assists last night? That's an NCAA tournament record.
Yeah, that's a great game. This stat line in and of itself is truly remarkable just to see that stat line put together. Man, such a small guy. I hope the best for him to play in the NBA, but man, I guess no one will ever forget that moment, but I wish that would equate to something like playing in the league so we could see more of this kid, but that's size will get you sometimes, man.
Well, not with Marcus Noel. Size, he's the only guy that I've ever heard that size does not matter.
Is that right?
He breaks the rule, Jay Morgan. He breaks the rule. He's the guy he's the only person I know that's about motion for the ocean. Everybody else is about size. But my man, Marcus Noel, does not play. The shots that he made, he was so damn clutch. He wasn't going to let this team lose. He's got a bum ankle, and he just goes out there and dominates. I was so damn impressed with him, but I also have to say something about Michigan State. They played a great basketball game. Hogard, Hauser, Walker. It was an amazing, amazing basketball game. They did a great job in the second half, came back, tied it up, all these wonderful things. But the Big Ten is something that I have to bring up.
Okay.
In the last 3 years, 26 teams have made it to the tournament in the Big Ten. Only one of them has made it to an Elite Eight. Nobody's made it to a Final Four. The Big Ten is weaker than, like toilet tissue when you run water over it. That's the Big Ten when it comes to the postseason. Why is it that everybody, and now the Big Ten's going to bring in USC and UCLA. UCLA obviously can't close the deal, up 13 at half, bunch of bums. Tiger Campbell, what did I tell you? He was going Tiger Campbell. Jaime couldn't make a shot from up close. Zags, Drew Timme, they had 16 turnovers, and UCLA still lost the damn ball. And then Tiger Campbell at the end of the ball game, not being able to at least get a shot up, that's ridiculous. Also, I got to say, Tyrone Walker for Michigan State and Tiger Campbell, the 2-point guards, played pretty decent in the first halves. Second half, they didn't even get a shot to win the game or tie it. I thought that was absolute BS. But the Big Ten, what are you going to say about the Big Ten? Because we make fun of Rick Barnes. We can make fun of the SEC because Arkansas and Tennessee lost yesterday.
The
Big Ten.
We don't make fun of Rick Barnes, just to be clear, by the way.
Oh, and I'm not including you. I'm talking about everybody else outside of you who has a rational brain in their head.
Oh, I'm the one that's not rational. It's me.
Dude, Rick Barnes obviously can't coach. Kevin Durant, he couldn't get out of the damn second round with Kevin Durant. They're playing FAU, and they can't win. They were up. Big time. Do you know with 13 minutes to go in the ball game, they're up 6 with the basketball, 13-39. They have the basketball. What do? They go down there and do nothing. Their offense is inept. Do they have a good defense? Not good enough, obviously, because FAU was dropping threes and making it rain from deep. It was amazing. And the guards for FAU, you got to give them some credit.
No, you don't. You don't have to give them any credit, John, because Tennessee stinks and Rick Barnes can't coach. Why in the hell does FAU deserve credit?
When Dusty May is better
they don't
than
deserve
Rick Barnes,
any credit, John.
Hey, do me a favor. Tell Rick Barnes to go give Dusty May some money because, man, Rick Barnes has been living off the hog for so long. He doesn't even know how to coach anymore.
That's
FAU
right.
34-3 out of Coosa. Come on now, son.
I think, John, people criticize, not you obviously, but I think people criticize Rick Barnes because they do not know how to evaluate the job that coaches do. Because if they did,
as long as Rick Barnes is his coach with all the talent that he's had, and I just told you, he had Kevin Durant. He has a talented team.
Okay, John, but he had Kevin Durant at 18 years.
Make it?
He had Kevin Durant at 18 years old. This is not the Kevin Durant that you see playing the NBA now.
Carmelo won a championship with Jim Boeheim at 18 years old.
What? That's completely irrelevant.
I'm just being an a-hole.
It's not even relevant at all. The fact of the matter is that Rick Barnes, along with other coaches that he is close with, revolutionized offensive basketball in college. It took it to steps that it's never been to before. In fact, is extremely influential into modern-day offense that they run in the NBA. Rick Barnes is a phenomenal basketball coach, one of the best in the game. And to judge, not saying you, this is the first genuine opinion I've had during the NCAA tournament. The fact that people, pundits, sports media people, even in this market, judge him based on his record in the NCAA tournament is absolutely laughable, and it shows that we in the media have absolutely no idea how to evaluate the job coaches are doing because we can only judge them by games won and lost in 1 month out of the calendar year.
And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to guarantee you this. All Texas fans and Vols fans will make sure his epitaph says second round Rick.
Well, he was just in the Sweet 16.
Second round Rick.
He just lost in the Sweet 16. How could you possibly call him second round Rick?
Because it sounds better than third round Rick.
Right. Sweet 16 is too difficult of a moniker.
It is. Oh, hey, go ahead. Hey, do me a favor. Why don't you make it to the ninth Sweet 16?
That's right.
Gonzaga. No, they got to win it this year. They got to take care of business, please. The Zags took care of business. My man's over in a weak conference. Rick Barnes has been in the Big 12. He's been in the SEC. You got my little man over there from Gonzaga, Mark Few, and this is his 8th Sweet 16. I don't know if you know this. They're going to the Elite Eight.
He's also a bad coach, though, John. Can't win the big one.
I just said he was a great coach.
No, but
I just said he was a great coach.
You were wrong about that, though. He can't win the big one. Not a good coach. Get it done. I mean, honestly, win a championship, please. I mean, everyone is so content with good enough with Mark Few. If he was any good, he'd win a championship. Not in the same company as Jay Wright and these other coaches. Mark Few, a joke.
Absolutely agree.
Yep.
Man,
No, you disagree. No,
page.
You disagree. You said he was.
Yeah. I wasn't listening to you again.
That's fine. Thank you, John.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
Sorry,
People forget John today is on remote. You said this at the top of the show. John's on remote
I'm at
today.
Town Village, Audubon Park.
He's at Town Village, Audubon
Park.
And Cherry. So there's not the eye contact that John and I usually have. Usually he's staring me down while I make my great opinions, and he's always listening intently. So there's a little bit of a delay today between John and I. So if you hear he's not listening to me or I'm not listening to him, that's the reason why. Easily explained away.
Very good job. But I will say again, last night, though, the basketball games were absolutely intense. Everything was exciting except for the fact that UConn put it on Arkansas like you would not believe. UConn, Dan Hurley, I know you're not his biggest fan. If you act like Jay's going to always talk good about coaches. No, he'll talk bad about Dan Hurley. But Dan Hurley's team's playing balls to the walls, 88-65 over the Razorbacks. They didn't even have a chance.
Wait, when did I talk bad about Dan Hurley?
You just said you can't stand him.
No. I didn't say that. Wait, when did I say that?
We were talking about like Dan Hurley. We were talking about my man at Iowa.
I like Fran McCaffrey too. I think they're both good coaches. I learned a lot from
Eric
Fran McCaffrey.
Musselman. We were just talking about how crazy. We were talking about a couple crazy coaches
and
like their personalities. And and again, I guess I took it the wrong way.
Yeah.
You basically said how presidents. I don't think they would want guys like that actually representing their university.
No.
Except for they win.
That was Muss taking his shirt off specifically, and I actually also think Muss is a really good basketball coach. I think he plays the game of
what happened to him last night?
No, I agree. I think he plays the game of college basketball with. You can win a lot of games and make a lot of noise in tournaments if you just get bigger, better athletes than all of your opponents. It really doesn't come down to how well you scheme. If you have bigger, better guys, you're going to win a lot more games than you lose, but it's difficult to win a championship that way, and I think you saw that on full display last night. When you run into a team that's just as big as you are, just as athletic as you are, or close to it, and has a much better scheme, you're going to get demolished, and I think you saw that last night.
Yep. UConn, by the way, do they not look like the real deal Holyfield right now?
Yeah, no, that's a team that definitely can compete for a national. Not to play prisoner of the moment, but, I mean, you saw what they did last night. That's a team that's going to compete for a national championship.
They've been the most impressive team, I think, during the NCAA tournament.
It's hard to argue. They've won every game by double digits, isn't that right? Did I see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
UConn in the tournament, since the UConn's been in this tournament, they beat up on St. Mary's. They beat them by 15 points. Then they went out there. Oh, wait, no. Who they played before St. Mary's?
They
played Iona. Iona, 4-13. I remember that. So they beat them by 24 points. They beat UConn, beat St. Mary's by 15. And then last night they just pulled out the pimp hand and beat Arkansas by 23 points.
Do you think they beat Gonzaga?
That's going to be an unbelievable basketball game, and I'm going
Agreed.
to say absolutely because of one reason. I love Drew Timme. I love Drew Timme. I think he's a great basketball player. He's an old man guy. Like I said, he goes to the Y. He's dropping 20 on your face, picking up 15 boards, and then he's hitting on your mom when she comes to pick you up. That is Drew Timme and his personality.
Yeah, you did say that.
That is exactly what I said.
It is.
And I like Drew Timme. But can I tell you a little secret? I don't know if you know this. Damas Sanogo is a full-grown man down there. He will run into Timme. And that freshman, Donovan Clingan, that I've been telling you about, he's 7 feet 2 inches tall, and he's a shot-blocking machine. He's going to be big in the paint. I think that they are way too big for Drew Timme to get off, and I also think they're too good on offense. They can hit the three. They can drive to the bucket. They do a little bit of everything. I like that. I think that UConn can attack Gonzaga's weak defense the way UCLA in the first half dominated. I think UConn can do that throughout the whole game, and they're going to take away Timme. I mean, I'm sorry, they got too many big guys. They're too athletic. Dan Hurley will do everything he can to take Timme away and make somebody else beat him, and I just don't see that happening.
How about this, John? The Klingon guy you were just talking about, now you have to start a certain amount of games to qualify for this in Ken Pomeroy's ratings, but his block rate of blocking 14.4% of the shots taken against him would be the second highest in the NCAA behind Jamarion Sharp of Western Kentucky.
And what did I say to you? That
I was
man is
reiterating.
going to shut down. Yeah, I know. I'm just, dude, thank you. I'm reiterating what I said. UConn, go ahead and lock it up. It is going to be a lock. Saturday, UConn plays Gonzaga. That game is at 7:50 on the TBS. UConn currently is a 2-point favorite. Take your children's college fund, bet it on UConn, and you are going to win a ton of money. And plus, I love Kansas State, and I like Marcus Noel. I think they beat FAU. It's not even going to be close. Again, Keontae Johnson's playing great. Everything that Kansas State touches, it's turning to gold. This is a team that was picked last in the Big 12, and they're just playing and playing. And you know their coach, Jerome Tang, right?
Yes.
Ain't no Tang like Jerome Tang, is there, man?
You ever had
Dusty
Tang?
May, a little May Tang, a Dusty May FAU, and a little Kansas State. We got a little May Tang.
Remember Orange Tang, John?
Yeah, of course I do.
Delicious. Oh, I used to love that as a kid.
Or I shouldn't say that at Town Village Audubon Park. By the way, corner of Park and Cherry. Do you know Town Village Audubon Park offers so much more than just senior housing? They provide an exceptional senior living lifestyle. It's filled with friendships, engaging opportunities, exceptional attention to detail, and they got great dining. They got great activities. They offer a wealth of services, amenities. And by the way, I don't know if you know this, man. They got bi-weekly housekeeping. I think I'm going to have to move into Town Village.
I think you do.
Dave is not going to be here, sweetie. I'm so sorry. But I'm Dave's protege, they say. Oh, I'm sorry, dear. And if you didn't know, thank you, ma'am. Town Village is the best place in the world. They got bi-weekly housekeeping, 24-hour mobile emergency systems, a whirlpool, a bistro. And they have medical people come in there and stop and take care of you, make sure everything's going. Man, I'm telling you right now, if you want to live life large, come to Town Village, Audubon Park, at the corner of Park and Cherry.
John,
Jay Morgan.
Are you talking to passersby?
No.
You weren't talking to me. I'm very confused.
I was not talking to you,
I'm
brother.
very confused. I think you're talking
it's
to
not
passersby.
Just so y'all know, and I'm gonna. Hey, y'all look beautiful. I'm hanging out with a lot of wonderful people right now.
You have a
and
live
they just
audience.
Like to talk to me while I'm on the air.
You have a live audience.
And I also have a live audience sitting right here talking to me as I speak.
It's like Prairie Home Companion, but sports radio.
Okay.
That was a
By the
reference
way,
maybe a lot of sports people don't understand. Prairie Home Companion was a show on PBS or on public radio where they would tell stories. They would sing songs sometimes. I don't think it's on the air anymore, but they travel around doing different plays and skits and whatnot. So it's things like that, things of that nature.
Thank you for dropping that knowledge on me. I appreciate it. By the way, Jay, I wanted to ask you this one question, honestly. I wrote this actually down, believe it or not.
Wow.
So that means I wanted to ask you it.
Okay.
Because that means I was going to remember it since I wrote it down. Because, I don't write much. And by the way, just so you know, for all you young millennials, I might not be able to type 100 words a minute, but I can write in cursive.
They cannot.
Wrote this down. You cannot. You're too young.
No. We had to learn cursive when I was in school. I can write in cursive easily.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Young people usually can't. Well, college hoops. I was going to ask you this because you know how you talk about the NBA. You talk about how much you talk about college hoop. I heard you talking with Dave Woloshin today, and I wanted to come into that room and slap you in your face because you were talking about the low IQ of basketball. Keontae Johnson gave a little look-see to open up the basketball game. Marcus Noel looked like he was talking to the coach, then threw a baseball pass to Keontae Johnson for a dunk, opening up the basketball game. How did they end the basketball game to take the lead?
That's no IQ basketball, that play.
Oh, I mean, that's no IQ basketball, so not knowing your teammates and knowing where you're going to be and feeling each other out, that's no IQ basketball.
Yeah,
you think that was actually just playing? No, it's called a point guard who's being smooth. That's why he had 19 assists.
That play
he's the best base. That play was beautiful, and you call that a low IQ basketball.
No,
that's why I call you.
John,
did they score?
John, I call it no IQ basketball. There was absolutely no schematics.
So you're telling me that having a feeling – so you're telling me that two people who have a feel for each other, they see something on the court that's taught during practice, you're telling me that's low IQ basketball, and they execute it to perfection, and they didn't do it just on the opening play. If you watched in overtime, how did they take the lead in overtime? That exact same play in overtime. But you're saying that's low IQ basketball. Who won the basketball game?
That's not relevant to that play.
Oh, it's not relevant. So you're telling me again, okay, so you will say to Aaron Rodgers, because he knows where his wide receiver is going to break off a route. Instead of running the curl, he's going to run the post.
It's a false
you say that's knowing your teammate, and that's great feel.
No,
it's not.
Yes, it is.
A point guard
John.
From 35 feet at the front of the diamond, and you're 35 feet away, and y'all see each other, and you make a little look. And Marcus Noel thinks to himself, hey, I can get him in this situation. And you're telling me that's low IQ basketball. I just have to say that's hilarious to me.
Okay.
So what, they didn't set a screen? They didn't run a set. Two guys' minds were working. They saw that everybody is looking at the point guard. He looks over. He dupes the defense, but that's low IQ basketball. So what are you saying about Michigan State's defense? Are they just low IQ because they play for Tom Izzo, and Tom Izzo can't coach defense? You can't have both, Jay.
On that particular possession, neither team.
Well, they did it also, they did it in overtime.
On that particular,
they did it twice to their face.
You know what? I'm convinced.
Hold on, if you do it two times in a game and you win the game in overtime, and that was the basket that put you up, to the Michigan State comes down the court and misses the next time, and the next time Kansas State gets the ball and goes and scores, and Marcus Noel does his thing. But that was the bucket in overtime that put them on top.
You know what, John? I'm convinced.
And then they never relinquished it.
I'm convinced.
Thank you.
What scheme did they use?
I just don't understand how it is.
What scheme is involved in that play exactly?
It's called being a team.
That's
there's
not
five
a scheme.
guys
Being a team is not a scheme,
game.
John. Being a team isn't a scheme.
Oh, so if Michael Jordan, when he put it in, what's it?
No, I just said, you saw it closely. I just wanted to know what scheme was involved in that play that made it such a high IQ basketball play.
So he had 19. Okay, Marcus Noel did that like 8 times last night, throwing the ball from the point, doing baseball passes with a basketball all night long. And you're telling me, I guess you're saying it's not a scheme. He's just so superior than everybody else that it's his talent that comes through.
No, again,
Jerome Tang has nothing to do with the way Kansas State performs.
John, I don't even know the relevance of what you're talking about. We're talking about the one play where he is pretending to argue with his coach to lull the defense to sleep.
And I listened to you and Dave, and you said it was one of the lowest schemes.
To lull the defense to sleep.
So you're telling me when coaches do a trick play on a team that's low IQ sports?
No,
it's
I
celebrated in football.
I have absolutely
it's
no
celebrated in baseball, but in basketball,
I have absolutely no comment.
And by the way, how is this low IQ? It is a pass, a lob from 35 feet away from the basket to Keontae Johnson, who dunks it and makes it look like the easiest basket you've ever seen in your life.
John, I think you won the argument. Not only because you're not letting me get one single word out, but because I'm clearly wrong in this case.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm wrong. John, I'm wrong. I don't know as much as I think.
Jay Ham is coming up on the other side. I'm out at Town Village Park. Come out here and check me out. We got barbecue to give away. I got Sunrise. I got Malco tickets. I got golf at Wedgwood. And again, if you come out to Town Village Audubon Park, this is senior living with a little bit of pimp style. You know what I'm saying? If you want a little gangster limp, come out to Town Village. I'm telling you, they got bi-weekly housekeeping, 24-hour mobile emergency calls. Bo out here takes care of you. Everybody is so nice. They got restaurants all over the place. They got a bistro. They got fruit salads. They got whirlpools. It's all at Town Village Audubon Park, and it is pet-friendly. Check them out, 950 Cherry Road in Memphis, Tennessee. Give them a call at 901-537-0002. TownVillageAudubonPark.com as well. We're back in two shakes. Jay Ham's at the house, Sports 56. 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Professional soccer this Saturday night and Sunday afternoon at the Landers Center. The Memphis Americans indoor soccer teams face off with Martin Gramatica's Tampa Bay Strikers. Don't miss it. See the action at Landers Center. Free parking.
Do not.
Do so.
You do not love Central Barbecue more than me.
I've been talking about Central Barbecue for years. I was the first person to do these spots.
Well, I may be new doing them, but I want to shout from the rooftops just how much I love it.
Okay, smart guy. What are the sides at Central Barbecue?
Easy. Home-cooked pork rinds, home-cooked potato chips, greens, green beans, barbecue beans, onion rings, fries, and potato salad.
Lucky guess. What can you buy by the pound, huh?
Beef brisket, pulled pork, smoked turkey, my favorite, pulled chicken, smoked chicken, and barbecue bologna. Ha!
We're out of time.
I could do this all day. Case IH is a proud supporter of the Mississippi Farm Bureau, and thanks to a membership benefits partnership, Mississippi Farm Bureau members receive a discount of up to $500 on every qualifying Case IH tractor and piece of equipment you purchase. This discount may be used with other promotions, rebates, or offers. So join Mid-South Ag Equipment and the Mississippi Farm Bureau and pocket up to $500 in savings. Call Mid-South Ag at 662-890-3141 to get your discount today.
The tournament is heating up, and there's no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. That's because right now, FanDuel is giving new customers a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. Just go to FanDuel.com/win and sign up today to claim your no-sweat first bet. Then you can wager on everything from the point spreads to which team will be cutting down the net. All on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. So don't miss your shot at a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000 when you join FanDuel today. Just go to FanDuel.com/win to sign up with FanDuel. Make every moment more with FanDuel.
21 plus and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. $10 deposit required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call Tennessee Redline 1-800-899-9789.
Bartlett Small Engine has been serving quality power equipment since 1970. They have a full line of power equipment, parts, and services for most makes and models. Bartlett Small Engines has the best brands in the power tool industry: Honda mowers, trimmers, and generators, Steel blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws, Echo trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws, plus quality products from Red Mat and Shindawa. And they're all American made. Bartlett Small Engine is your can-do store. 6780 Summer Avenue. Call 901-386-9779.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder is back at the house. I'm out here at Town Village Audubon Park. It is at the corner of Park and Cherry, 950 Cherry Road. Go to townvillageaudubonpark.com. Check them out. I'm telling you right now, they offer so much more than just senior housing. They provide exceptional senior living. They got friendships. They got peeps all up in here. And I'm not going to lie to you, man. Be honest with you. If I was think how old do you have to be to? How old do you have to be here to stay here? Nobody knows. You just have to be old enough, right? Over 55? I think. I'll look it up. I'll actually ask Bo. But I'm telling you, man, the minute I get that old, I'm moving in because they have their food taken care of for you. They have biweekly housekeeping. Everybody is so friendly and sweet. They pick you up and take you where you want to go, too, by the way. They got a library, a computer place, a convenience store. You name it, they got it. Town Village, Audubon Park, corner of Park and Cherry. Jay Morgan. We got Jay Ham back at the Criz.
We do.
Jay, what's up, dude?
Sure, what's good, man?
Man, just chilling over here. I wish you would bring all your cookies up here. We'd have a really good day.
You should have told me. We could have made those arrangements, man. We could have been setting that whole joint off today, man.
Dude, we would have set that place on fire. This place is on fire because I'm out here. Speaking of fire, last night was an absolute wild one. Kansas State held on against Michigan State, and I thought it was the best game of the tournament.
Yep.
FAU, man, that second half, Dusty May's team making threes. They shot so many damn three-pointers in that ball game, and when they started making them, you knew Tennessee was in trouble because Tennessee always will go through 6 minutes where they just have a lid on the basket and can't buy a bucket.
Right.
Tennessee with 13 minutes. Thank you so much, dear. But Tennessee with 13 minutes and 39 seconds had the ball. They were up 39-33, and they just could not get a bucket. Rick Barnes, second round. Rick is what we call him. And, again, here's the only thing I got to tell you, and this is going to probably tick off Jay again, but my biggest indictment on Rick Barnes is you didn't get past the second round with Kevin Durant. Come on now, son. I don't care if Kevin was 12 years old.
That team wasn't supposed to, though.
Shoot, what are you talking about? Kevin Durant was
I remember that Texas team because the following year, that's the one that Memphis ran through in the Elite Eight in Houston. Now, you put Kevin Durant with that crew when they were a year older, they probably win a national championship. But I get what you're saying, but I think you're a little rough on Rick.
Well, Vols fans probably appreciate it.
I would like to ask the Vols fans, which one do they prefer, Bruce or Rick? I think it's a fair question.
That's a tough question.
Well, Bruce, I think they got to an Elite Eight with Bruce. They did get to an Elite. They lost to who did they lose to?
I can't remember. But
I think Michigan State. I think Draymond Michigan State team beat them in the Elite Eight. That was 2010. If I'm that good, as Jay Morgan is looking it up right now, if I'm that good, then it's just this is why they call me the historian, Chief. I mean, it just kind of is what it is. 2010, Tennessee, Michigan State in the Elite Eight. I'm willing to bet you.
Yeah,
Pearl I know for a fact
Michigan
he went
State.
to the Elite Eight.
There you go.
And he went to the Sweet 16 twice.
But the Rick Barnes squad
with Tennessee, that is.
That didn't get it done that I really thought could have and should have was the 2019 squad with Grant Williams, Jordan Bone, Admiral Schofield, that crew. That was a really good crew. They fell short. The Carson Edwards at Purdue, and I think they got robbed that night because they called a bad foul on Lamonte Turner. They would end up resulting in 3 shots, and they walked Purdue down, actually, because they were down like 15 or 20. They walked them down.
I mean, I hate to say this, beating Purdue is not very much. I mean, Matt Painter's their damn coach.
Well, that
please.
Purdue team had some NBA talent. This
I'm
Purdue
joking because the 3 out of the last 4 years they've been bounced in the first round by double-digit seeds.
Yeah, 13 and 15 and 16. But can we go back to FAU for a second? When you mentioned about them shooting the 3-ball, can we go back to last Friday night and the game winner that they beat?
You talking about when Memphis lost and had the game robbed by the Owls?
And I look at that game winner, and I'm looking at how Memphis was probably thinking that they were defending the 3. Mm-hmm. I think they were expecting to.
You hope they were defending the 3. Otherwise, you just got straight line driven to the basket.
But it's easy to fall asleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those deals where they just fell asleep because I think they may have been expecting something else. But these people put the ball up, at a high volume like that. And they started out the game that way. I think that they're going to get Kansas State a pretty good game, but I've watched Kansas State all year long. So what Noel is doing now, I've been watching.
Is he the best point guard right now that's in the tournament still?
Absolutely. And like you said, the best game of the tournament. He's had the 2 of the finer performances of the tournament. thus far as well. So, and I'm a big fan of Coach Jerome Tang because Coach Tang is actually a friend.
Dude, this is his first year, by the way.
He's been a great coach for a while because one of my guys over at 94 Feet of Life, Coach Les Stewart, he's been on, several coaching calls and things like that with Coach Tang. And so he's trying to put us on game with Coach Jerome Tang even a few years ago when he was at Baylor. And to think he was there for the entire reconstruction of that Baylor basketball program from 20 years ago when everything just went straight to hell after the murder.
With Bryce Drew when he took over for Dave Bliss.
Right, Scott Drew.
Scott Drew, I'm sorry.
Right.
My bad.
He's been
By the way, Scott Drew could have come to Memphis, but Memphis people wanted Josh Pastner over that.
That was funny to me because I'm like, why was Scott Drew leave the Big 12 to come to Memphis, which was still Conference USA at the time, but depleted Conference USA at the time? Why would he leave that? But
his reputation was way different at the time too, and I think he's developed a lot as a coach and as a person since then as well.
Absolutely. I mean, he's been there 20 years?
Yeah, that's right, at least.
But who wants like Pippi Longstocking mixed with Mary Poppins coaching your basketball team with Josh Pastner? That was the dumbest thought ever.
Well, I mean, even with Josh, he just kind of pretty much got thrown into the fire. So, I wasn't like a big, anti-Josh. I thought Josh was cool. He just needed time. He needed time to learn.
I don't think Cool and Josh Pastner have ever been. I don't think anybody's ever said that before.
Hey, Josh Pastner won the ACC a couple years ago. I got to give him his love. That's not an easy conference to win, even in a down year. It's not an easy conference to get by. I mean, but
I don't know if you know this.
You media guys are rough on coaches, man. I'm with Jay Morgan on this one, man. You media dudes be tripping, man.
They're all over the coaches, man. I don't get it. It's because you know what it is. You know what it is, Jay. It's because it's that coach and them boys when it gets to the tournament, right? It's college basketball. Players are always changing. Who the hell's tracking this all year long?
Right.
The coach gets all the blame. Right. Rick Barnes and them boys. Right. Scott Drew and them boys. Josh Pastner and them boys. Who cares who the boys are?
Josh Pastner doesn't have any boys. Josh don't have a job.
We could probably do a whole show on what media considers underachievement, and you look at it, it's like, huh? Like, are you serious?
And it's also, in fairness, too, it's very difficult to judge because a lot of people in the media, they're not just covering basketball, especially in radio and in newspaper and whatnot. You're covering all the sports. So it's not like you are like dissecting one sport at a time down to the schematic level. And by that logic, it's very difficult to judge the job that the coaches are doing. It's much easier to just go by wins and losses. And for college basketball, the wins and losses that matter the most are the ones in the NCAA tournament. So I understand it. Doesn't mean I think it's right, though.
In a one-game scenario. In a one-game scenario.
Hey, Mick Cronin, how about you win when you're up 13.5, buddy? Hey, Rick Barnes, get it done when you're up 6 by 13-39. Come on. Hey, Eric Musselman, show up against UConn.
6 is 2 possessions.
John, 6. He's up 6.
He's at 6.
If you can't tell, it's Friday, and I'm trying to be a heel.
He's up 6 with 3 TV timeouts remaining.
Exactly. Thank you, Jay. Good Lord.
Oh, I love it. John's on Hill activity where he's in the studio or on location somewhere.
That's right.
It don't matter. I love it.
Explain to he's got a crowd today.
Hey, what are you going to say about the Big Ten, by the way? 26 teams in the last 3 seasons. Only one team
Still
was
a strong
maybe
conference,
Elite
John.
8.
Well, Maryland won a championship. People forget that. They weren't in the Big Ten when they did it, but they're a Big Ten team now.
I was getting ready to say, so you're going to take some ACC love and give it to the Big Ten? Okay, so USC won a national title. By the way, you're not going to give it to the Big Ten, are you? UCLA won a whole bunch of.
Hey, you know what?
No, you're not. And by the way, that's so Big Ten. Let's bring in 2 conferences. Let's bring in 2 schools that are notorious for clipping in postseason.
Hey, you
UCLA
know what?
and USC.
The Big Ten criticism may be fair to some degree.
Big Ten, big slow.
Tom Izzo will nullify all of your Big Ten criticism any March. Any random March where he's a 7 seed, 10 seed, and you look up the second weekend and they play the second weekend. So, and last night was another example of that because I didn't do a bracket, but just on the visual, I had Marquette coming out of that region.
So did I.
Because I thought Marquette was the best basketball team in that region.
Had to be.
And they had, well, kind of something that I pointed out all last weekend. The teams that uncharacteristically turned the ball over, it showed, and they were all at home. Whether it's Virginia, whether it's Marquette, whether whoever it was that was probably slated as favorite to win last weekend, they all didn't make it to the next weekend.
That's a good point.
So it's just guard playing free throws, man. You got to secure the basketball. You got to make your free throws. You got to make sound decisions at this time of year, which I can see why the coaches will get a lot of the blame, but they're not on the floor.
Didn't play a second.
Didn't play a second, but you can talk about the preparation,
right?
But how real are we going to be about preparation in a 20-hour-a-week work model?
That's right.
So this is kind of where college basketball is not as good as what it could be. While it's entertaining, it's it's fun to watch.
2 games in 3 days as well.
Okay.
How much do you prepare for that?
Right.
If you don't
Time
turn it
out.
over
Listen.
one game and then turn it over a bunch the next, how much that falls on the coach?
Well, Duke was another victim of that as well.
Listen to me,
in the
I'm
Tennessee
speaking.
game.
Yeah, go ahead, John. It's your show.
I want y'all to listen, and I'm being dead serious. But, you talk about this and that. And the thing that makes college basketball is what you're exactly talking about and complaining about. College hoops is fun because, one, it has different styles. You can win with many different styles. It has different philosophies. And the fact that they play 2 games in a weekend and you win and you got to get prepared in a tight time, I think that's one of the that's what makes the tournament riveting.
I agree. And I think that unpredictability is why it's called March Madness, why people eat it up with the brackets and everything. But I also think that's directly contrary to the heavy criticism that the coaches are landed with because of how unpredictable it is in that regard. Part of what makes it great is that unpredictability and how mad it is. But we're still going to crush Rick Barnes because he lost in the Sweet 16 last night.
Because you guys are
And
unrelenting.
you know what, though? To be fair, though, and again, this gives us fodder, people in the media, something to write about, something to talk about.
Absolutely.
And it makes fun. And again, these gentlemen are making tons of money. They care about their kids. It's about their program. What we're saying on the radio really does not necessarily matter, in all honesty, of the whole situation. But it is interesting because you talk about how we kill these coaches. But, Tobin Anderson is now going to get a good job over at Iona because of what he was able to do in March Madness. Shaheen Holloway. Thank you. Oh, he goes and takes St. Peter's, goes crazy in March Madness, and he's over at Seton Hall.
To a degree, though, because Tobin Anderson was the runner-up for the Iona job when Rick Pitino got it, and Shaheen Holloway was a standout player in his own right at Seton Hall.
But he wasn't going to get that job if St. Peter's didn't make any noise.
Yeah, maybe. It's hard to say.
No, he
wasn't. Probably not, but he would have got a
Probably.
job.
No, he wasn't.
He would have got a job.
There was reported. It was already being reported for months before that he was the leading candidate too. I'm sure winning with St. Peter's.
Said he was going to get an interview.
No. He was the lead candidate. Seriously, he was, and obviously probably winning with St. Peter's helped a lot, and he also played there too. So, but I'm sure there's other examples of coaches that got jobs at that
real,
point
Judd.
too.
How many other coaches do you know that coached at Seton Hall outside of P.J. Carlissimo and Tommy Amaker for the short time he was there?
Great NBA coach Carlissimo too. Got strangled by Latrell Sprewell once.
Sprewell, baby. Spree played at Alabama too. Alabama plays tonight.
John, I don't mean to be the clock, but I think it's time for a break.
Jay, I don't like you that much.
What do you mean? I'm just trying to I'm producing, John, keeping the show within the reins.
Keep doing your job. I'm very proud of you. I do want to remind everybody, though, 901-406-1101, any house, any area, as simple as that. When you're ready to move into Town Village, Audubon Park, and you need to sell your house in a flash so you can get over here to 950 Cherry Road, corner of Park and Cherry, Town Village, you call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Bing, bang, boom. I just sold your house. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. Jay, hold up. We got one more little segment to do with you because I got to ask you about tonight's game. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. In these uncertain economic times, there are so many things as a contractor and a business owner that I cannot control. The rising cost of materials, not to mention fuel and transportation costs. In the last 2 years, shingle prices have almost doubled and commercial materials have doubled. And I don't have to tell you what fuel costs these days. But you know what I can control? How much markup I put on a project. I have always prided myself in knowing I never gouge a customer. But in an effort to ensure my crews have work and my customers are being treated fairly, I have lowered my profit margin, hoping to give you a price you can live with and keeping my crews busy. So if you need a roof or gutters, please give us a call. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. Fiveash Roofing, a proud sponsor of Tiger Athletics and a member of the Tigers home team. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
Come celebrate the savings with Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike. It's Ram Truck Month and the Jeep Celebration event, so we're ready to rock. 2022 Jeep Renegade $5,000 off. 2022 Dodge Charger $6,000 off. And 2023 Grand Cherokee El Laredo with third row seating $7,000 off. Plus 2022 Fiat 500X $4,000 off. Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike says you won't find a better deal anywhere else. And if we don't have it, Gossett will order it today. So drive past the rest and come to the best at Gossett on the Pike or shop online at GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Fiat 500X, NP 98268, MSRP 30,950, Renegade, NPN 95921, MSRP 32130, Charger number NH261941, MSRP 35630, Cherokee PH794494, MSRP 46765. Includes all rebates and incentives, excludes tax time and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 3/31/23. Dealer stock only.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. I got Jay Morgan Harder back at the house, and I'm hanging out with Jay Ham. Y'all know him, 94 Feet Historian. He's the man, the myth, the living legend. He knows hoops. Well, he knows hoops almost as well as Jay Morgan, our basketball savant. What's up, Jay and Jay?
We know hoops, man. That's what's up.
Man, y'all know hoops. So now I need some winners tonight, because tonight is a very difficult slate, personally, in my opinion. I do like Alabama minus the 7.5. I'm sorry. San Diego State, please. They're a defensive team, top 5 in the KenPom rating. Yachty, 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 yachty. They will not be able to slow down Alabama. Alabama's good on defense. They get the ball to the hole, or they hit three-pointers up and down. My man Brandon Miller, he had a bad game. Number one, game two, he came out and he balled out. I think Alabama, Nate Oates, I think they rolled tonight. I think they covered the 7.5 pretty easy. What do you think, Jay?
This will be the only real hurdle they have in terms of getting to Houston. I like San Diego State more than you. I like San Diego State more than you. But I think
if San Diego State tries to play, if this game gets into the 70s, even the 80s, do you think that they have an offense that can keep up? That's where I think they struggle.
That's a track meet they might not be ready for right there. So I like what you're saying in regards to Bama with it. And Bama's got some pros over there, man. They got some dudes that we're going to see at the next level for certain.
And to be honest, their style of basketball works at this level. And again, we talk about how styles make fights. And how college basketball, it's so fun because you see all kinds of different styles of basketball. They come to one court and you see who's going to win. I just feel like this style for San Diego State, who again is top 5 defensive team. They're also, by the way, they're 250th in the nation in terms of pace. They love to slow it down.
Right.
Do you know who's top 5 in pace? That would be Alabama. Top 20 in offense, Alabama. And did you know that Alabama's top 5 defensive team? I didn't even realize they were that good on defense.
They really are the best basketball team in America right now.
They are right now.
They really are.
Except for UConn might be playing better.
Hey, that's fair. And I love what Danny Hurley is putting together over there. He's got some pros too. I was talking with my guys last night, and one of my guys, Greg Jones, he was like, he does a whole lot of, collegiate scout work and, with the preps and things like that. He was like, this UConn team, he felt like kind of mirrors the 2004 UConn team that had Rebecca Okafor, Ben Gordon, that crew, and just how well they execute, for one, but also just their level of talent. It's like that UConn team, I think, had like 10 dudes that got drafted. This one will probably have like 6 or 7 maybe. So
they are loaded. Right. But Alabama, we do feel like Alabama is going to take care of business. The Miami-Houston game, I think, is tough. Like, I'm feeling like Isaiah Wong, the way he's playing right now in this tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, my man erupted for 27 points in the win over Indiana. Yeah. He was straight up nasty.
He's a bucket.
He got off. He's a walking bucket. Best player in the ACC. Can he be enough? Do they have enough to slow down Cooper? Because Marcus Sasser can go toe-to-toe with Isaiah Wong.
I think Isaiah Wong and company can make it interesting. They have a coach over there who can really keep them in the game.
Jim Larinaga.
With a lot of adjustments, this dude can maximize whatever personnel that he's got. And we've seen it time and time again. You don't make fun of Jim Larinaga like you do with Rick Barnes, even though they both had the same amount of trips to the Final Four. I understand. That Rick Barnes was expected, and Larinaga was like, where did this come from? Here with George Mason. But what he's got with Miami, I mean, they're the lone remaining ACC team left. And they got a tough challenge, because right here in Memphis, we all know of the club scene, and Houston reminds me of dudes that work 5 p.m. to 1 a.m., 3 a.m., that ugly second shift. They go hoop at Mount Moriah, and on the weekends they go to Classic Soul. Just grown dudes that drink dark liquor. You know what I'm saying? At this time of year, your team needs to be happy hour eligible if you want to win championship. And if they're not happy hour eligible, they need to act like it. Because college basketball really is especially this time of year when it's a single game deal. Single game elimination, you got to be grown man about how you approach this.
Not to mention all the injuries they're dealing with right now too.
Absolutely, and that's the tough part about it with Houston, the injuries that they're dealing with, and then when you think about the mental capacity for Kelvin Sampson, he's just lost his twin sister. I think that was the weekend of the conference tournament. He lost his twin sister that Friday morning. So just getting through that, and then considering that the party's in their city.
That would help if they make it.
Right. If they make it, that will help. But Texas is going to be cutting down them nets in Houston and just reminding Houston that they are in Texas.
My pick from that side of the bracket was the winner of the Houston-Texas matchup in Elite Eight going against Alabama. for the whole deal.
I like it.
So it's
now, that is what it is. But I'm sorry, I got to get to the next one because we got Princeton and Creighton. I can't believe Creighton's a 10-point favorite currently. Princeton's played as well as anybody in this tournament. Can they do it again and keep this one tight?
I hope they can get away from their 10-point spread. I think they're better than that. I think Princeton is like a fool you 15 seed because they just do the basic stuff. Just the simple. They don't
turn the ball over.
They don't turn the ball over. They don't make dumb plays. They'll take their chances, but it's like calculated. It's very Ivy League. You just call it for what it is. It's very Ivy League. But
do you think that it helps Princeton? I mean, does it help Creighton? Because Missouri, they only had, like Jay was talking about, they won a game and they had one day basically to prepare for Princeton.
Right.
They didn't get to watch a lot of game film. Right. Creighton has been watching more than just a few games of Princeton. I'm sure their coaching staff has broke down everything that they do. Having all this time between, Sunday and Friday, are they going to be able to go out there, and is Creighton, because of this, going to be able to kind of expose Princeton possibly, and is that maybe why the line is a 10-point line?
I believe you just hit it spot on with the time and preparation that you give Greg McDermott and his staff, to see what it is that they
Mickey
need
don't
to
play,
exploit.
man. He's going to get his guys some looks, man. They are efficient on the offensive side of the basketball.
That point guard at Creighton, he's nice. I can't think of his name right now, but he had an older brother that played for Gonzaga a couple years ago.
Oh, it's Nimhard's brother.
Nimhard.
That's right.
He's Nimhard. The young Nimhard is nice. And he's
what's
doing
the
his
younger
thing.
one's name?
Ryan.
Ryan was the one that played at Gonzaga, right?
No, Andrew's the one playing Gonzaga. He played for the Pacers.
Andrew is the one that killed us last year in the second round,
yep.
the first half, before Drew Timme got to work on Memphis.
He started a few games this year for the Pacers, too.
There you go. It's right, he is. Yeah, he is with the Pacers now. So, yeah, but.
Dude, with what happened last Friday, you don't need to take me back to last year. I'm good on that, okay?
Hey, man, you're going to get these bullets with me, man. That's just how it just is what it is. Because I use those games as like reference points, though, because this is how I tend to remember some of this stuff. It's like, okay, I can tie this in with this, and it all ties together. Mm-hmm. It's crazy memory.
Oh,
man.
I get that completely. I will say, though, I need you to get your memory out and figure out and see the future, pull out your crystal ball, because Texas, they're only a 4-point favorite over Xavier. This is a 2-3 matchup.
Street
I think
fight.
it should be a great game. Tell me, why is it that I mean, Xavier's offense is a 3-point shooting machine. They're great on their offense efficiency is amazing. Their field goal percentage is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. They can do it all. But I feel like Texas is the more talented team.
They are.
I look at those senior guards that they got. They brought all these guys from all over the country. They use the transfer portal like nobody else. They're an old team. They came together, and I just feel like these are a bunch of dogs that got something to prove.
For them to get by the discrepancy or whatever issue that they had this season with their original head coach and continue to still, produce and play great basketball and get to this point to where they're truly title contending. They won the Big Ten. I think they won the regular season or split the regular season and won the tournament. And now, they're here on the second weekend. They're in a street fight tonight, though, because you get Sean Miller back home, more or less, for him. He back at Xavier. He's got things. He seems like he's at a good peace with himself. He don't have no cloud and a bunch of turmoil over his head. He can just coach his team. And they're playing their best right now. So I think tonight, really, that's probably going to be the best game of the night. I'm expecting that one to be, and it may rival what you had with Michigan State,
Kansas State last night.
Right.
I mean, this total is set at 148.5. I could see this thing being up and down. Two offenses just putting the damn ball in the hole.
And that's what I'm expecting too. Like 80, somewhere within the high 80s. What's the over underline on that?
148.5.
They'll go over that.
I think so too. I love the over in that basketball game, to be honest with you. Oh man, Jay, do me a favor, plug away.
I am the 94 Feet historian on Twitter, 94feet. YouTube.com/at94 feet of life. This week we'll probably do the Final Four preview. We pretty much went from 68 to 16 last week, just kind of broke down the first weekend and previewed a little bit of the second weekend. We'll kick it back into high gear. we're also inching up to that NBA playoff status where we're going to be ready to get you guys on the show with us. Definitely bring Jay Morgan in so he can show his wizardry off with my guys, hang out. John, we'll just get you a brew. You just come hang out with us.
I'm down with that. I'm in, man. Hey, Jay, be blessed. Enjoy the hoops this weekend. We'll do it again next week.
Most definitely, man.
Jay Morgan, hey, we're going to take a quick break. The one thing I did want to remind everybody, I am again out at Town Village Audubon Park. It is at 950 Cherry Road at the corner of Park and Cherry. It is senior living with lifestyle. You got friends, you got family, you got engaging activities, just a wealth of food, housekeeping, 24-hour mobile emergency call systems. They got it all out here at Town Village Audubon Park. Give them a call. Find out about it. 901-537-0002. That's 901-537-0002. Town Village Audubon Park. We're back in 2 shakes. We got a little bit of Hardwood. We're going to pick a little games. And then we got T-Money and Brasky. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
This is Kelly Erb with Mark Spensdorf Realtors. I have worked with Sheldon Rosengarten for over 10 years and have noticed something about the way he works with his clients. He is way too honest. And they are grateful for us for pointing out things they were not aware of.
This is Sheldon, and yes, being honest has caused people to really think about what they need to do to sell their homes or when they buy. Kelly and I have advised people about what are the best and most economical things to do to prepare their homes for the market to get the best prices.
And Sheldon, we always provide our buyers with the necessary background research to advise them before they make an offer on a house. And yes, we have even sometimes talked clients out of buying, and they're grateful for us pointing out things they were not aware of.
So if you're thinking of buying a home, call or email Kelly or me, and before you list your home, talk to 2 to 3 real estate brokers, but make sure we are one of them.
Yes, remember to call me, Kelly Erb, at 355-3830.
And when you want the job done, call Sheldon at 483-0546 or MemphisRelocate.com. Call us today.
All 650 acquisition fee, 30,000 miles, 20 cents excess mileage. Sold P7866 988, MSRP 22,945. K5 PG 200 400, MSRP 26,455. Sportage PG 107 225, MSRP 29,790. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must finance 200. Excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 3/31/2023. Dealer stock only. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details.
Hey, Jeff Allen, you ready to give Memphis your best deals at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah?
That's what I always do, Randy. How about a 2023 Kia Soul LX, only $333 a month and $27.99 due at signing. Looking for luxury? 2023 Kia K5 LXS, $362 a month or $31.99 due at signing. Both 36-month lease.
Or how about the 2023 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive?
We got it at $381 per month, 36-month lease, and $34.99 due at signing.
And don't forget Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. And Jeff, what if I don't see exactly what I want?
I'll order it for you, Randy, so whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah.
Online, KiaMountMoriah.com.
Make your next grill your last with the Big Green Egg. Smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Save money on eating out, fuel costs, and replacing expensive grills that cannot stand up to the Big Green Egg. Ready to cook in only 10 to 15 minutes with cook temperatures below 200, above 700, and anywhere in between with ease. Change your at-home cooking experience for life. Go to shop.biggreenegg.com. Make your next grill your last with the Big Green Egg. Smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Save money on eating out, fuel costs, and replacing expensive grills that cannot stand up to the Big Green Egg. Ready to cook in only 10 to 15 minutes with cook temperatures below 200, above 700, and anywhere in between with ease. Change your at-home cooking experience for life. Go to shop.biggreenegg.com.
I know you're thinking about pools and patios right now. Don't deny it, they're on your mind. So it's a good thing that Family Leisure is having their pre-season patio and pool sale. It's like they're mind readers. You can buy now and save big with the area's largest selection of patio furniture. You want free layaway? Done. You want special financing? Done. You want to be ready to enjoy your backyard just as soon as spring hits? Family Leisure has you covered. Patio and pool season's not that far away. So now's the time to take advantage of this fantastic early bird pricing special. Now here comes the really special part. If you mention this commercial, you get half off delivery and installation. I'll let that sink in for a second. You heard me right, my friends. You mentioned this very commercial, and Family Leisure will give you half off delivery and installation. The preseason patio and pool sale is happening now at Family Leisure, Witten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
If you need glass replaced, there's only one name you need to know. Binswanger Glass, the largest full-service glass company in the U.S. They've been an industry leader for over 145 years. For all your residential, commercial, or auto glass needs, Binswanger Glass is the name you need to know. 24-hour emergency service for all commercial customers, plus a nationwide warranty on all professionally installed glass. Visit Binswanger Glass in Midtown at 340 South Hollywood, across from the Liberty Bowl. Visit binswingerglass.com. Binswanger Glass. Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Still got all. Yo. Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. I got Jay Morgan Harder back at the house, and I'm very happy because I'm out here at Town Village Audubon Park, where this is the best place in the world if you ever want to live. A little senior living where you have wonderful people, great food, friendships, all kinds of activities going on constantly. A place that brings me out here to hang out with the peeps. Are you kidding me? Town Village Audubon Park. Give them a call at 901-537-0002. 901-537-0002. Town Village Audubon Park. Great games last night. Baller games last night. Kansas State took care of business in one of the best games I've seen in a long time in the NCAA tournament. The thing was flat out nasty and awesome. You had Tennessee fall apart. FAU took care of business. What could have been for the University of Memphis? I guess we will never know. The Big Ten, I told you, is not very good. The last 3 years, they've had 26 teams. Only one of them has made the Elite Eight. Big Ten is out. And Gonzaga. Drew Timme did it to us last year. Did it to UCLA this year. My man just goes out there and takes care of business. Now, we got more basketball tonight, but Jay Morgan, I was going to tell you, I got some Hardwood stories. Do you have any of them? Because I have two that I just have to get to. But before I get to them, I wanted to tell all these people out here how good y'all look. My people, I can tell, went to Frontier Western Store. You went to 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch, didn't you? I can tell you got that shirt. Those dress, oh man, those jeans. They got boots. They got everything you need. They got children's department, a ladies' boutique. They have the largest boot showroom on planet Earth. Any boot you need, from Western boots to work boots to dress boots, they got you covered. Frontier Western Store, and don't forget to check them out at frontierwesternstore.com. Let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Ooh, it is a Friday, and it's not a very good Friday for our girl, Jamira Schutz. She's a senior guard for the University of Memphis Tigers basketball team for the ladies. They played in the NIT last night against Bowling Green. They lost 73-60. Jamira got in a little bit of an argument with Lisa Brett. After the game, when they were in the handshake line, she sucker punched Miss Brett in the face. And then she woke up this morning, and guess what she's got, Jay? Can you imagine? What do you think happened after she sucker punched somebody?
I think she gave the girl a black eye.
That is, you know what? She probably did. That's a good one. She probably did. Well, now she has charges. She has now been charged with assault. So Jamira Schutz, last year in college basketball, in her last game, in her last handshake line, will end up with her going to court. So, not the way you really like. Listen, I feel bad for the Tigers. I feel bad for KD. You know what I'm saying? My man made a stupid pass, threw it across the middle, got it turned over. I feel bad for Dre. He had two tip-ins, 2 putbacks to give the Tigers the lead, and he's not moving on. I feel bad for Penny. You saw how upset he was, but I gotta feel like they all feel like they're in a better place right now than my girl Miss Shoots. Jay Morgan.
He threw a water bottle.
He did throw a water bottle. He was, dude, because he had emotion, Jay.
No, I actually don't care about.
And he didn't throw it and hit anybody in the face.
That's
by
right.
the way,
He didn't
like
give anybody.
Shoots did.
That's right. Didn't give anybody a black eye.
No black eyes. No black eyes.
It's true, John. Irrefutable.
So, by the way, I thought this was a funny statement. The university said that they are aware of the situation and they are cooperating fully.
Charges is like a charge for assault is weird, to be honest. That's crazy.
I mean, she did sucker punch
No,
her right
absolutely. I understand why she's charged for assault, and I totally get it. But you never think about something happening. I guess it was during the handshake line, but resulting in assault. You know, like as a police charge. That's wild.
I don't know if you know this, but these women obviously care a lot more than the men do when it comes to basketball and sports.
That's right. And they even won the game. You know what I mean? Like, if you win the game and that happens, you're like, well, that's the way it is. You know, we won. You know, they're taking another frustration. I would see if they would charge for assault, if she was charged for assault if Memphis won the game, but I guess she wouldn't have punched the girl if she won the game, so it's a moot point. Wild story.
No. It is a wild story, but again, I just made a very sweeping statement that women care more about sports than men. And I'm talking about the ones that they're playing in, not actually watching them on TV. And I feel like I'm right about this. Maybe we should take handshake lines out of the women's games because I don't know if they are emotionally capable of handling it. Did you see the situation that happened also in the Texas Longhorns Louisville Cardinals basketball game? Louisville's now in the Sweet 16. They play Ole Miss tonight. But did you see what happened between Louisville and Texas in the handshake line earlier last week?
What happened?
Haley Von Lith was going through the handshake line, and Sonya Morris told her, turn around. She said, call me a B word again. Call me a B word again, and I'm going to break your face. Telling you. Now, Miss Haley Von Lith, she turned around and turned the other cheek because she was going to get her butt whipped, to be honest with you. And she says, I have all the respect in the world for Texas. No hard feelings. It's an emotional game. It got chippy at the end. I'm not going to have any hard feelings. Because you know you're about to get your butt whipped, man. Let's be honest, Haley Von Lith. Do women care more about their sports than men do?
I'm going to say
no assault charges in a basketball game this year for the men.
No, but remember last year it was Jawan Howard and Greg Gard got into it.
Those are coaches.
And
grown
there was
men
another
have
one.
Issues.
No, there was
grown men are grumpy.
There was another one of two. There was another one of two players getting into it too. Because I remember we had a big debate of whether to end handshake lines at that point in time. So I'm going to say they care the equal amount. How about that?
Oh, it's equal now. Because you're one of the young people that everything's got to be equal. I know. Sorry, Jay. I forgot.
That's right. That's right. Well, I think just in this particular case, you know. Because that's two examples. You gave two examples of women, and I can only think of two examples of men. And so,
I can tell you one thing though. In boxing,
2 equals
you know what?
2.
But this is another reason I think women care more. Have you ever seen two boxers? Because remember what happened last week before the boxing match in the women's division?
Yeah.
What would happen?
The woman kissed the other woman.
And then they started making out, and they fell in love right there in front of the aisle.
I don't know if they I don't know if they fell in love.
Well, I mean, they definitely hung out a little bit more, if you know what I'm saying.
Do you know that? Do you know that?
Yes.
And when you brought that story to me of last week, you know, in a face-off, either the same day or the day before, a man kissed another man in a face-off as well.
Wait.
Yeah, no, that's seriously. And one of the men thought it was hilarious because he did the kissing, and the other man wanted to fight him right then and there. So again, that's 1-to-1. So also equal. Also equal. I would have been doing more kissing.
You know what? You've now brought me around. We are all equal in this.
Well, just in those two cases, John. I don't want to make these vast generalities. All I know from my math class is 2 equals 2, and in boxing case, 1 equals 1. Would you agree? 2 is equal to 2 and 1 is equal to 1. You would agree with that, right?
Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
And also 1 + 1 is 2.
That's exactly right. It's a great point. So what we have so far is 2 is equal to 2, 1 is equal to 1, and 1, if you add another 1, equals 2. It's true, John. I have a story for you from the great state of Maine. John, you know what they have in Maine?
Lobster.
Maybe so.
They have great lobster in Maine.
I would think they would have crabs too. I've only had. I've been to Maryland. I've been to Maryland. I got crabs there once, but
Maine
I never
lobster. You've never had Maine lobster? Like when you go to a restaurant, they're like, "Oh, we got Maine lobster."
No, I have. I really just wanted to make the joke about going to Maryland and having crabs there once. But the point is, John.
Okay, I'm sorry.
The point is that in Maine, a man has been ordered to change his license plate. A man got a license plate, one of these vanity plates that you can get, the vanity plates. So he went out and got one. He's a vegan. He loves this. He got a license plate that says Love Tofu, L-U-V, Tofu. Now, if you're reading, for those of you that read, if you were to see Love Tofu spread out, it would be, tofu is spelled T-O-F-U. So
it's T-O-F-U, yeah. It does.
So some people, when they read that, don't read Love Tofu. They
read says Love to F-U.
That's right. That's exactly
Dude,
right.
I'm not an idiot, man.
And so
I
he
can
has
pick
been,
up these things.
And so this gentleman has been ordered to change his license plate, John. Right or wrong?
Well, I think they made him change his license plate because tofu's not very popular up there.
I don't think that was the reason. I don't think that was the reason.
I don't think that they had anything to do with it. I don't think they thought it was made to FU. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's why they was ordered to change it.
I mean, how can you not know how to spell tofu?
Now, this is all.
How can you not know what tofu is?
This is all according to CBS Local 12 News in Maine. So.
Oh, no, I'm just talking to the idiots in Maine. Like, come on, man. Dude loves tofu. Like,
yeah.
Calm down. He doesn't love to FU.
Who
loves to do that?
What he said was, my license plate literally says "Love Tofu." I'm a vegan, no ill intentions. But I gotta be honest. The first time I read it, I thought it was "Love to FU" as well. Maybe my mind is in the gutter.
Sorry, I thought when I read it, it was Love Tofu.
My mind's in the gutter, I'm afraid, John.
I think my man likes a little tofu, put a little curry on it. He's good.
I've got it curry on tofu. Interesting. I like that.
Yeah, it's really good.
I have another story about a different state, John. It's the great state of Utah. And in Utah, they have become the first U.S. state, I should say. I guess there's states in other places. Anyway, they become the first U.S. state to ban social media for children under 18 without parental consent. Now, that sounds like it's drastic, right? But here's the thing. When you do this thing that requires you to be 18, all it is you open up the social media app, and there's just like a checkbox there that says, check this to say you're over 18. Well, anybody of any age can check a box and press OK. So even though there's
but you know what? You have to go to sleep at night knowing that you
did it. That's a great point.
You're able to wrestle with that.
That's a great
point. That's your conscience, son.
That's a
You're
good point.
You're going to battle your conscience and lie?
You're absolutely right, John. I didn't consider that aspect, but you're right. And so these kids that are going to lie are going to have to sleep at night knowing they lied.
No, they won't be able to sleep.
They
will not be able to sleep.
Agreed.
By the way, you want to know something? They got a movie out called Air or something, and it has to do with Michael Jordan. And
yeah, it got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes in its initial review.
Yeah, it's got Ben Affleck and what's his name? What's Benifer's name?
Jennifer.
Oh wait, no, Ben Affleck's the one that's dating Jennifer.
Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez.
No, Benifer is Ben Affleck, and the other one's name is what?
Jennifer Lopez. Benifer?
No. Who's the co-star? Ben Affleck.
Oh, Matt Damon.
Thank you.
Oh,
Man.
but
Matt
Benifer
Damon
is Jennifer Lopez. You know, he used to be married to A-Rod. Viola Davis is in it too. You know who else is in it? Chris Tucker.
No, I don't.
From Rush Hour.
Really?
You know, you've seen Rush Hour.
I haven't seen him. I've seen Rush Hour. I know Chris Tucker.
Yeah. So
Chris
he's
Tucker
in it
was
as well.
Great back in the day.
So apparently this movie got really good reviews.
Chris Tucker was great in that movie with Bruce Willis where he was like a futuristic person.
The Fifth Element.
That's it.
Yeah,
good job. I knew I could ask.
Really good. That's another. I love that movie. It's excellent. I
got something I want to bring up. Since you brought up shoes, I got to steal this from you. I don't care about the Fifth Element right now.
Okay.
Do you want to know how stupid Adidas is?
How?
So you saw the movie. or maybe you haven't seen it, but you know about Nike. They got Michael Jordan, and then and basically Nike was nothing, and then they got MJ, and Nike became the biggest brand in the world, right?
Yeah.
So you know that.
Yeah.
Well, Adidas must have saw the preview, because do you know they went out there and they gave Beyonce. I don't know if you know this. Do you know who Beyonce is?
I do know who Beyonce is.
She's a woman and she sings. I don't know if you know this. She doesn't play any basketball. She doesn't play any sports. And Adidas gave her $50 million to pump up their brand. She said that they were, with Beyonce as the face of the brand, they were going to sell $250 million worth of product. Well, guess what? They didn't come close. They were $93 million short on their projections. So Beyonce no longer is going to rep Adidas. Again, who's going to go buy shoes because Beyonce wore some tennis shoes? How about you get an athlete in there? Why are you spending $50 million? Do you know how many shoes you got to sell to make up $50 million?
How much?
Please, Adidas, that's why you're not Nike.
Interesting.
You got to sell 50 million more pairs or something.
Oh, okay.
Why would you give her $50 million to rep Adidas? And again, it failed.
Well, Yeezy sales, Kanye West, when he was going through Adidas selling Yeezys, they sold $1.2 billion worth of merchandise. So,
well, I don't know if you know this. Kanye West and Beyonce, they're two totally different people. I don't know if you know this. People aren't wearing sneakers because of Beyonce.
Well, clearly.
She's a beehive.
But clearly, you're right. But don't you think that Beyonce's reach is wider than athletes? Because more people listen to music than like sports.
I don't think anybody's ever thought about Beyonce and then thought to themselves, I should go get some Adidas. Maybe some big old boots that go all the way up to your thigh, or a nice dress, or maybe you want to dance and sing or something. But wearing sneakers... Me and Beyonce just don't think about sneakers.
I wonder why it worked for Kanye, though. Maybe
because
it's male-oriented.
Kanye's a lunatic.
Maybe it's male-oriented more so. It's interesting. It's really interesting.
Hey, you're the one that said the sexist comment, not me.
Well, no. That's a hypothesis, because Kanye, when he had to deal with Yeezys, like I said, they sold
Now, I would wear some Jay-Z's, but I wouldn't wear no B's. I ain't wearing Beyonce's sneakers. I'll wear some Jay-Z's. I like the name of. Hey, man, I got some Jay-Z's on.
Well, like I was saying, Kanye's shoes with Adidas sold $1.3 billion worth of merchandise. So, and it's interesting, Beyonce, I think, has a wider audience than even Kanye West does, even before all his controversial stuff. So it's interesting honestly, it's a very interesting question to know why that Kanye's shoes did so well, but Beyonce's merchandising deal didn't go the same way. Anyway.
Kanye wears sneakers everywhere he goes. Beyonce wears high heels. That's why. The other thing is, Aaron Rodgers. Do you want to know something? I used to like Aaron Rodgers. I just realized the Jets, you might hope and pray that you don't get him. Do you want to know why?
Sure.
His buddy is Jake Paul.
Wow.
Did you know that Jake Paul and Aaron Rodgers have done ayahuasca together?
Really?
Yep, they spent the week together doing it. This is according to Jake Paul. He said, man, we definitely share a lot of similarities in terms of spirituality. We love to... and performance. We like to reflect on going into the deepest parts of our minds. We're definitely kin like that. Bro, if Jake Paul is kin to Aaron Rodgers, I want him out of the National Football League immediately. And again, why would you ever want to go and trip dude's DMT style drugs with Jake Paul?
I don't know.
I completely lost all respect for Aaron Rodgers.
Wow, that was quick.
I mean, hey, listen, I'm sorry. He's anybody that's hanging with Jake Paul. And by the way, isn't Jake Paul like a 25-year-old kid or something?
Seems like your emotions are pretty drastic today, John. It's like all or nothing.
Yeah, I'm a little emotional.
That's all right.
I probably should take a break. We're going to come back and talk with T-Money and Brasky. Don't you dare touch the dial. It is a Friday. We got Alabama tonight, and Alabama's going to break the brakes off of San Diego State. We got some great games. Jay's got some picks. By the way, Jay, I got one question for you. Is there one game, if you had to bet your life on, do you know which one that would be?
Yeah, I do. Do you want me to say it now, or do you want me to say it later?
Oh, I want to know it now because I'm about to bet it.
You're going to bet it right now with me, John?
Yep, it's your life.
My life?
What game?
I would bet on Ole Miss to cover in the women's national tournament.
Against Louisville tonight?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. So I'm betting
That's your favorite bet of the day?
Sure.
Coach Yo. Hotty toddy. Let's go Rebels. I'm taking it. I like that. I thought you were going to go with the men's league, but man, hey, man, women are out there fighting. Let's do this thing. Don't touch the dial. We're back in 2 shakes. T-Money and Brasky, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Visit Frontier Western Store today for new shirts and boots. Frontier is your top Carhartt store in the Mid-South. There's thousands of in-stock shirts and jeans. They have the classic K87 pocket tee in every color they make, including new ones just released. Available small to 4X. Want new jeans? Frontier has you covered with super tough work denim by Carhartt. And you've got to check out their selection of Ariat jeans for men, women, and children. You'll love how easy it is to find the size and style you need. Have you seen Frontier's remodeled world-famous boot showroom? It continues to expand. New styles by Ariat just arrived, plus plenty of in-stock proven classics too. Whether you need work or dress boots, trust that Frontier's the place to come. See thousands of pairs of Ariat boots and thousands more by Dan Post, Corral, Durango, Rocky, Twisted X, and others. And Frontier's pricing is lower than online and chain stores, so you know just the local shop to visit. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Locally owned and operated since 1967.
Calling all the Mid-South. Bobby J is waiting for your call today to drive off in your new Kia from Gossett Kia on the Pike. 2023 Kia Soul LX $333 a month, $27.99 due at signing. Or 2023 Kia K5 LXS $362 a month, $31.99 due at signing. And 2023 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive $381 a month, $34.99 due at signing, all 36-month lease. And if you can't find what you're looking for, let Bobby J order a new ride for you today. Plus, Kia's best-in-class warranty, 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today. Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike. Online, KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 650 acquisition fee, 30,000 miles, 20 cents excess mileage. Sold P7866 988, MSRP 22,945. K5 PG 200 400, MSRP 26,455. Sportage PG 107,225, MSRP 29,790. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 3/31/2023. Dealer stock only. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details.
If cold candidate calls aren't turning into hot hiring leads, then you need Indeed. Because Indeed's powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates all in one place. Find your next great hire visiting Indeed.com/credit.
A good friend of mine told me about this awesome place for lunch.
Oh, yeah? What's the name?
Neil's Grill and Bar, where the fat man rocks. Everybody knows Neil.
Where's it located?
It's located in Yorkshire Square off of Quince.
And what's it like?
The best lunch place in Memphis. You know, like real mashed potatoes and gravy. Everything is made from scratch. Monday through Friday, daily lunch specials like Monday baked chicken, Italian Tuesday spaghetti, ravioli, Italian spinach, delicious fried catfish, fried chicken livers every Wednesday, Friday Salisbury steak, barbecue chicken, or if you just want a vegetable plate, the best veggies in town.
What about the lunch price?
Meat and 2 veggies, $8.95. Meat and 3 veggies, $10.95. And veggie plate, $9.95. Big fat boy portions, man.
Yeah, you're making me hungry.
Come hear the best live local music at Neil's. Eddie Smith plays Sundays 5 to 9, Mondays karaoke, Tuesdays Debbie Jameson, Wednesdays Elmo and the Shades, Thursdays John Williams and the A440 Band at Neil's.
Where the fat man rocks.
Professional soccer this Saturday night and Sunday afternoon at the Landers Center. The Memphis Americans indoor soccer teams face off with Martin Gramatica's Tampa Bay Strikers. Don't miss it. See the action at Landers Center. Free parking.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. I got Jay Morgan Harder hanging out at the house. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday. We got basketball wall-to-wall tonight. In fact, we got some good ones. I think Alabama's going to beat the brakes off of San Diego State. We got Miami and Houston. We're going to get to see Wong against Sasser. We also have Princeton and Creighton, man. 15 seeds, still alive. They're getting 10 points against Creighton, the Blue Jay. Ow. And then we have Xavier and Texas. Xavier, Texas, 2-3. Texas, 4.5-point favorite. A lot of people say they like the X-Men. I don't know. I'm feeling Texas. What did T-Money and Brasky up to today?
Johnny, how are you, first off? How are you doing today, Johnny?
I should be doing a lot better than I normally am. I'm out here at Town Village Audubon Park, chilling with my friends, hanging out. Got some good food. Got 24-hour mobile emergency system going on. I got bi-weekly housekeeping. Everything's going on great out here. Hell, there's a dog park, pet friendly. I'm living large.
Man, you got some tapioca pudding?
Man, you know I do.
What about lima beans?
And I got 2 donuts right now.
Serving that. They serving lima beans and tapioca pudding. Get you some hot milk, John. Get yourself together.
I don't drink hot milk, man. Hot milk, that
I
don't
bet
sound
you
right.
some people there at Town Village get some hot milk. I bet Judith over there is going, yeah, let's get them some hot milk.
Oh, how do you know Judith? She's sitting right next to
the
me.
fortune hunter. Ask Judith
Oh.
the fortune hunter. Never mind.
Oh, my goodness.
Moving on.
So, what have you, gentlemen, did y'all survive last week down at the casinos?
We did.
Well,
Uncle
absolutely,
Brad-
Johnny. We had a great time. We had our Cajun
Uncle
bunny,
Brad was
Cajun round.
frowning.
Oh yeah, we ran the trifecta 3 days, wall to wall.
Did you win any money at all?
A little bit. I think we spent it on booze, but we won some.
We did. I'll tell you, in one day, Johnny, I've never done this in one day, but I did it on Saturday. I met the boys down there. We were clowning a little bit with the boys from LSU. We talked about them last week. They clowned with us for 3 days. But I've never sang Rocky Top, called the Hogs, and Ramajamma Yellowhammered all in one day. I've never done it, but I did it on Saturday. We went 3-0. We were pressing our bet, me and Big Slender. We had a special guest down there, but I can't get into his name because he goes by 2 aliases, and if you put an O at the end of his name, and then it doesn't make him who he is. That's his alias. But we had him down there. We were pressing the bet, and we were clowning down there, Johnny. It was a great time.
Sounds like a blessed day. Now, I wonder, did y'all do okay last night?
We did, Johnny. We
What
did.
did you win?
I didn't do good last night. It was a slow night. I had an over and an under, and it didn't hit.
Well, that just shows you didn't listen to me yesterday, because if you listened to the show yesterday, I gave 4 winners. I said take Kansas State. I said take FAU plus the points. I said take the Zags. I said UConn will murder them. You would have been 4-0, but you didn't listen yesterday, did you?
Well, you're right, because I'm pouring David Kelly and Flaps vodka all afternoon. That's why.
hey, they're only drinking Tito's, though, so I got respect for
Why,
them.
they are only drinking Tito's, because when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, or Tito's lemonade.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. Hey, Brasky, man, how's life treating you, man? I'm going to be in Oxford tonight. I got to go to a sorority house and do a family dinner. What's that like? Is that is that fun?
Oh, it'll be wonderful. I wish I was going with you. I'll go.
No.
Pick me
I'm
up.
good.
I'll go with you. I wondered what was going on in town. I was up on the square here about 10 o'clock walking my little dogs, and there's all the little girls out in their shorts and jogging outfits. Ooh, I'm going back up there. I'm going to go home and get me a scotch, and I'll be back up there in a little bit. But come on, I can be your +1.
I'll be taking Chas. I'm sorry. All right, Money, I got to ask you.
I thought you got thrown out.
You know what, man? I'm a smooth talker, believe it or not. I always work my way back in. I didn't get technically thrown out. She just packed up all my stuff.
Well, that's thrown out in my book, but I don't know. I don't know how y'all's relationship is. But let me ask you something, Johnny. What is going on up there with Memphis women's basketball?
Some of the seniors decided that when their career is over, that they wanted to switch over to UFC. Is that what it's called? Yeah, UFC. And they were about to get in some fights and stuff like that.
Is the city logo or the mantra or whatever you people call it, whoop that trick?
It is. It's the city mantra.
It looks like she knocked the girl completely out.
We're just getting it how we live, Johnny. Getting it how we live. Whooping that trick.
You know what? I have to say I appreciate that. That's straight up respect. Now, the poor girl does have an assault charge, but I'm sure like after a little bit of time goes by, she'll do like 6 months of probation, have to pee in a cup every once in a while, and talk to a counselor. She'll be all right.
She'll be good.
Well, they do have basketball courts out at the penal farm. She can go out there and, they do have basketball courts in Little League out there. I think it's a pickup game every afternoon, but it'll be okay. It'll be all right.
It will be okay. It will be okay. Now, I got to ask you something, man. For real, though. I need to win, and I have a feeling that y'all are going to be lucky tonight because yesterday I was 4-0. I need y'all to go 4-0. What you got, money?
All right, Johnny. Now, remember, I don't know your bankroll any more than you know mine. And with that being said, we're going to run her back and press the bet. Slender, go ahead and press it down on what we had last week in Tunica. We're going Ramma Jamma, Yellow Hammer, Give 'em Hell, Alabama, -7 against San Diego State. I love it here. This is a run-out city-type game for Alabama. They're going to be – remember when the Tigers back in 2008, when we got caught Michigan State in the Sweet 16 and we were up 30 at the half and we're throwing alley-oops? We had our man Carney in there at the Buffalo Wild Wings. Carney had – everybody in the palm of their hand. Calipari, R.I.P. my man Carney. We're going to be clowning tonight on Alabama -7.
Dude, I like that. I think I'm going to ride that one with you. What else you got?
I like the X-Men. I know you kind of like Texas a little bit, but I like Texas. I like those guards. They're real good.
You like that 4.5 points, don't you?
I like the 4.5 points, Johnny. I do. I just kind of like them points. I think it's going to be a slugfest. Going to come down to guard play and free throws. Isn't that what our man Jay Ham said? Guard play, free throws, and you got to get a coach in there from time to time. But I kind of like the X-Men plus 4.5 against Texas. But I think it is a slugfest.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game as well, just kind of like Kansas State, Michigan State. So, Mr. Brasky, what does the wise Ole Miss fan have for us today?
First of all, Johnny, we're going to start it out. We're going to take the Ole Miss women tonight against Louisville, plus they're getting 2.5 points. Last week I put the dime bag play on North Fork State plus 51.5 in the women, and they only got beat by 30. We covered that easy. But that's not the dime bag play this week. But I've been making a killing on this women's basketball. So we're taking Ole Miss plus 2.5 against Louisville. The next game that I like, we're taking Princeton plus 10 against Creighton.
Whoa. I like it. Princeton plus 10 against Creighton. They played great through the first 2 rounds. The Blue Jays do have a little bit of injury issue to deal with, but the one thing that scares me about them is they've been looking at actually film all week long, figuring out what Princeton does. That's the only pause for cause for me because I know that this coaching staff is going to be ready for anything that they're trying to do.
Isn't that Houston boy out there in Creighton now? Mike Miller's boy, don't he play for Creighton? Or is he
yes, he does. Mason.
Yeah, that's one of them Houston Mustang people out there.
That's right. And then for the dime bag special this week, we're taking Miami plus a 7.5. Houston has been toting. They've been threatened to be beat both times. I think Miami gets it done.
You like Wong tonight to get it done, so the ACC is going to live on with Miami.
I believe they are. Houston, Auburn had them down.
You know the Miami women play today at 1:30. Is it going to be a Miami sandwich? The women get it done in the morning and the men get it done at night?
As long as them two girls, them little two twins, as long as they keep playing, that's all I care about.
The Cavender twins?
Blogs that get on the Twitter, or no, the TikTok.
Yeah, do you know that they're
Do
you know that they're in a Twitter spat right now with some other girl? They're having like a show off or whatever, a Twitter off.
What are their names?
A TikTok off. Yeah, I thought it was Cavenders. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Everybody knows what we're talking about. The two blonde twins.
You know he looked at it.
Oh, he might not have.
Did Jay Morgan ever get his glamour shots for us? Because we got his. We got his page ready to roll on the what's that thing called, buddy? We're putting him on.
Tinder.
No, it wasn't
Tinder, the Tinder and app.
I was going to put him on Christian Mingle, actually.
he doesn't need to be on that one. I mean, you're going to get a lot of, no sex,
Don't
no
worry,
one-night
just-
stands. The ones you don't want. Let's go out to the
If Jay has
Golden
been
Corral.
saving himself for 28 years, I have a feeling he's not looking for just a one night. I think he's looking for a partner, a life partner. In fact, I'm going to order him one.
Well,
They won't like my satanic rituals, though, I'm afraid.
Well, I mean, if you'll get those, just don't get your glamour shots like of the village people or nothing. I mean, we can't help you with that, but we can help you.
Well, you know what I'm going to do?
Actually, my Tinder
shaved
profile, each picture was me dressed as a different one of the village people. So that
don't
plan
do
goes
that.
out the window.
Don't do the bottomless chaps guy on the village people.
Gentlemen, I
We
love
don't
y'all
need
more
that.
than anything. I'm late for a break. I got to say goodbye. Enjoy the stuff. I'll be down in Oxford, Brasky. Maybe I'll run into you. T-Money, be blessed. Keep those
Have a
liquors
good one,
pouring
Johnny.
strong. Be blessed, gentlemen.
All right, chase that bet, good gamblers.
Let's get it.
Chase that bad boy. Let's chase that bad boy. Jay, we got to take a quick break. Don's coming back on the other side. We got to talk a little bit about some shenanigans he got into when he was a young man. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Professional soccer this Saturday night and Sunday afternoon at the Landers Center. The Memphis Americans indoor soccer teams face off with Martin Gramatica's Tampa Bay Strikers. Don't miss it. See the action at Landers Center. Free parking.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdinger's. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdinger's, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdinger's offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
The Showboats are back in Memphis. We can't wait to have you for the USFL. Let's go. Ticket prices start at just $10 for their long-awaited homecoming season. April 15th starts a new era of pro football at the Liberty Bowl when the Showboats seek to reclaim their USFL legacy. Bring the whole family and don't miss the Showboats' historic return. It's a touchdown! Buy your tickets today at theusfl.com.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Beat the rush by scheduling your $69 air conditioning tune-up now with Conway Services. An annual AC tune-up can save you money and help prevent costly breakdowns during the hottest months of the year. So keep your family cool all summer long by calling Conway Services today. Visit conwayservices.com for details, terms, and conditions. License number 64210, 64365 EAS, MS 1968.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
Do you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes? Good news. There's a new way out. It's called the Fresh Start Initiative. Call U.S. Tax Shield, A+ rated with the BBB. 800-391-5063 for your free consultation, and let U.S. Tax Shield protect you from the IRS.
4.9 liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It's a Friday here in the Mid-South. Big weekend going on. We had basketball wall-to-wall last night. Well, more Sweet 16 action tonight. And I'm a little bit fired up. You have Alabama, San Diego State. They're kicking things off at 5:30. That'll be on the TBS at 6:15. You got Miami and Houston. And then at 8 o'clock, Princeton and Creighton. And then tonight, 8:45, the X-Men versus Texas. 4 big games. We're already set for Saturday. I'm fired up. The Elite Eight. You have Kansas State playing FAU. Every time I say FAU, I just think about, the Tigers, what could have been. And then the late game tomorrow will be UConn and Gonzaga, the 4 and the 3. Connecticut is the 4. They're already a 2.5-point favorite currently over the Zags. And the Zags last night took care of business against UCLA. And I've been out here taking care of business all day long. I'm out at Town Village Audubon Park. Town Village Audubon Park offers so much more than just senior housing. They provide exceptional senior living lifestyle. It's filled with friendships, engaging opportunities. You have exceptional attention to detail. They have bi-weekly housekeeping, all the basic utilities. It's apartment styles, full kitchens, washer, dryer. It is just great. 24-hour mobile emergency systems, friends, family. They got a dog park. It's dog friendly. Come out here to Town Village Audubon Park at the corner of Park and Cherry. Go online to townvillageaudubonpark.com or give them a call at 901-537-0002. 901-537-0002. My man Don Hill's in the house. What's up, Don?
Oh, everything, but it's really looking good outside. And
I think it's going to rain, though.
Yep, I know the rain's coming in again, and we got some beautiful cherry trees out front here.
They are beautiful.
They are.
They're blooming. They're strong. They're looking good out there, my man. It's like reminds me of Washington.
Ah, yes, you bet.
Now, Don, I got to ask you a little something because, again, me and you know each other well, but I don't know if everybody in our audience remembers you. You've been out here at Town Village for a while. What's one of the things that you love about being out here?
Well, one of the nice things they have is that they have they will take you if you have to go to any of doctor's appointments or the dentist or anything like that. They take you and pick you back up, and they are looking out after you. And they also have a medical doctor here and nurses that come in here, and they have a lot of people that, springtime's coming up, and the your nose starts running and everything.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Take care of you.
You got the hay fever. You got to get that cleared in the Flonase. Man, I know all about that now.
Yes,
Speaking of the dentist, though, I got to go next Thursday. I wish I could have somebody drive me to the dentist, dadgummit. It's always hard to drive back after you get that gas from the dentist, isn't it?
Right.
Man, I get the wah-wahs. Now, Don, I got to know something. I heard that you used to be a little bit of a hellion back in the day.
Oh, well, when you're young, you're wild.
Yes, and that's what I tell everybody. I'm still young. I'm still a little bit buck wild, and I'm still out there trying to have a little bit of fun. But I heard that you had a little bit of excitement at a pool one time.
Oh, yes. It was graduation time, and all the high schools graduated at Ellis Auditorium, and at the time that I was going to graduate from Tech High School in 1950, we had rehearsal in the morning, and then we would come back that night
and do the deal.
You bet. Get a diploma and everything. And so one of my good buddies invited about eight of us over to his house, and he lived on Goodlet, just not too far from here. And we had lunch. His mother fixes a real nice lunch, and then she had to go to work. She was a nurse and had to go to work, and so after we got through eating, we cleaned up everything, and he says, "How would y'all like to go swimming?" It was a real hot day. And boy, we said that would be great. So we walked down Goodlet and walked across to the Army Hospital there that's on Park Avenue in Getwell. And we walked through the grounds and around this little forest, and it came up behind, and it was the Dixon's home.
Oh.
And so, of course, there was a lot of people, activity going on up at the house and everything. So,
but nobody was at the pool, huh?
And nobody was at the pool. We they had these little things about as big as your finger floating. They were brown. I can still see them now. And we kind of took off our clothes and we jumped in, and all of these things went to the bottom. So we kind of laughed about it and was having a good time. And one of the guys said, well, I think I'll go up, get dressed, and go up and see Mrs. Dixon. And she probably would tell us just go ahead and swim. And he went up there, and a few minutes later we heard these screams. And here comes this buddy of ours running back, and she says, get out of the pool. She's calling the sheriff.
Oh, no.
And we knew that if we got arrested, we wasn't going to
You weren't going to graduate that night.
Not at all. So we got dressed and grabbed clothes and started running and went back over to the hospital and crawled under one of the wings. And we heard all these sirens and everything. And here we were thinking, golly, if they caught us, we wouldn't be able to graduate. So we waited about an hour and a half, and things calmed down, and then we all got up and got out of there.
And you made it to graduation?
And made it to graduation that night.
And nobody knew the better, did they?
Nobody knew the better, but we come to find out, this boy that went up to talk to Mrs. Dixon, Mr. Dixon was King of Cotton.
Oh no, they were having a banquet.
They were having a big party that night, and she was taking care of everything.
Well, that is amazing. You've been on the run for 73 years, Don.
I surely have.
Hey, come out here to Town Village Audubon Park, again, 950 Cherry Road. Call them at 901-537-0002. For Jay Morgan, I'm John Harden. Enjoy your weekend. Get out there, make the world a better place. We're going to see you on the flip side. Peace.
But do it real big, exactly like a player should. Enjoy your 24, do your thing and rep your hood. The world is all yours, but still we all grind. Forever in a day, the choice you make is really all fine.